Hello, Daz Studio enthusiasts. This is Not From This World, and I want to welcome you back to my tutorial series. Now, today I want to talk a little bit more about poke-through, and specifically, I had a question from one of my YouTube patrons about delicate areas of poke-through. And so I've experimented a little bit, I've done a little bit of research, and I want to just show you some of the challenges that we face with poke-through. So I've got Milica here, and I put her in a rather dainty swimsuit, and I created a white texture with the swimsuit so we can see kind of what Gary's question is here. Now, first of all, he asks about poke-through with our nipples. And this seems to be a constant problem, but he was using a product that is an add-on called Breastacular. And I'm going to try and keep this as G-rated as possible for YouTube. But if we add this to our character, we can then manipulate our nipples so that we can create whatever shape we want. Now, please, if any of you have suggestions or corrections for me, let me know, because I am not an expert, but the reason why you'll have so much trouble with this is simply because the bikini top fits onto our character. So if I go to this Maui Wowie top here and I look at what it's fitted to, you'll see here under General in the Parameters tab, it's fitted to Milica. And the thing is if I click on this and open up my fit to, you'll see that the Breastacular prop is also listed. And it's sitting on top of our character, I suppose. And so the clothing does not know that the Breastacular prop is there. And so it's just fitting onto Milica and doesn't even recognize the extra add-on. So you might say, well, can we fit it to the Breastacular? I tried that and it doesn't really help. So the problem lies if I want to change the shape of this prop. So under presets here in the Breastacular add-on, see, I can change the shape of things. And anytime I do that, I am going to have a lot of poke through. So you can see that this becomes a major issue. We get this poke through, and honestly, Gary, I don't think there's really anything we can do with this. I think the best thing that you can do if you're going to have clothing over these kind of props is to get rid of the prop. You can't hide it. See, if I try and hide this Breastacular, it hides all of Milica's chest for some reason. So you either have to delete it and then add it in if she's naked, or just set your shape back to 0 and use the character itself to kind of create that it's cold outside look. And so I want to show you that. You can just select your character. So I've got Milica selected. Select her in the Parameters tab. And then under the search bar, just type in nipple. And I'm not sure what the defaults are. I know, Gary, you said that you were rather new with Daz. And I have so many products added into Daz. I honestly don't know. I think it's these red bars are the default ones for Genesis 8, but I can change them. And what's nice about this is we still might get a little bit of poke through, but I can increase the size of my area and get that it's cold outside look, all while having the clothing adjust and fit to the change simply because it's part of Milica. And so, see, I can change this, and there looks to be some poke through, and you'll see some poke through. But if I do a simulation, and this is a D-Force piece of clothing, if I simulate, we should have a much easier time with this poke through. Okay, so you can see that we have the it's cold outside look, but there's a little bit of poke through perhaps. We can adjust this in the clothing itself. So if I open up the clothing, I can do some adjustments. See, there's some morphs in here, and I can play around with this and get it so that it eliminates a lot of our poke through, hopefully. So there we go. It's not bad. I'm not sure if this is an artifact of the simulation or not. We'll see here in a few minutes. But unfortunately, with your Breastacular add-on, you're going to have to do some creative things if you've got clothing over the top of it. I don't think you can simulate and fit to eliminate that poke through with that add-on on top of your character. Okay, and for another question that Gary had was the poke through that we get when we add, how should I say this, hair down there. And so I'm gonna just add some hair down there, and with her bikini bottom on, there's obviously going to be a lot of poke through. So if I add that, you can see if I zoom in, this is why I made that bikini white. You can really see a lot of poke through. And his question was, well, how can I get this poke through out of there, but still show some of the hair down there around the bottom? Well, I wish there was a way in Daz Studio to do this. There just really isn't. And so what I would do is post work, and I would make two renders, one with the hair down there visible, and then the exact same render with the hair down there invisible. And then using GIMP, I would just put the two pictures together. Now, I've done this quite a bit in the past, but for those of you that may be new to my channel, maybe you haven't seen all of my videos, we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to make a simple render here. And right now, her hair down there is turned on. So when I render, we're going to have a lot of poke through. Okay, so that render is done. I'm just going to save it. And now I'm just going to turn that hair down there off, and we're going to render the exact same image. I could fix her hair because her hair is wrong here. You can see it's kind of, looks like it's moving into her shoulder. We'll fix both of these for this picture. Just going to bend this outward a little bit, make it look like it's on her shoulder rather than in her shoulder. And let's render this bad boy. Okay, so that render is now done. So I'm just going to save this picture. And now what we're going to do is just open these pictures up into GIMP and then do a little post work. If you don't have GIMP, I have a link in the description where you can find it. It's a great program. Okay, so you can see I have both images in GIMP. One has the hair down there that's a poke through and her messed up ponytail, and the other one is fixed. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use this image that has the hair down there hidden, and I'm going to zoom in and we're going to copy that area of the picture. So I'm going to make it pretty big here. No pun intended. I'm kind of getting a little poke through, but anyway, we're going to use this free select tool. Oh gosh. And then I'm just going to copy right around the bikini where I want the bikini to be, but no poke through. So I'm going to start down here, and I'm just going to come around, and we're going to follow this bikini as best we can. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Having a little bit of hair coming over the edge might actually work. Also, I kind of try and get some unique areas copied as well so I can do a perfect match. Once I do this, I just hit Control Copy. We can go into the next picture, and I'm going to zoom in the same amount. And now I can just hit Control V, and we can paste that in, and then I can match. The reason why I did that with the fingers is so I can use the fingers to match perfectly the two images. And boom, there we go. And if you look, Gary, this may not be the best example, but we do have some of that hair down there showing, but there's now no poke through. And I can zoom back out. Let's go back to 100%. And so you can see there's a hint of that hair, but no poke through. Let's do the same thing just for fun with her ponytail. So with this picture, I'm going to zoom back out, and I'm going to do the same thing where I have my free select tool, Control Copy, Control Paste, and now I can fix her little ponytail issue. Hopefully that helps you, and hopefully I don't get a restriction on this video for posting this, but I think we all run into these issues. I wish there was a easier solution to this, but unfortunately, sometimes we just have to do post work. It's just the nature of the beast. And if you want to get really creative, use GIMP, play around with that, and you can get some really good results. So I hope this helps everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'm almost to 3,000. I think I have about 18 more subscribers to go. So if you're one of those people that watch my videos, but you haven't pulled the trigger and subscribed yet, please do that. Get me up to 3,000. It's just a personal goal of mine. No real significance in it other than a milestone, but I appreciate all of your comments, all of your questions. It helps me run my channel. Don't forget to keep asking Daz questions, and until next time, have a wonderful rest of your weekend and happy rendering.